Welcome to the Santa vs. Jesus instruction video.
In Santa vs. Jesus, players get into two teams, Team Santa and Team Jesus, and battle it out through a series of games to win believers. The rules are very simple. The team with the most believers at the end of the game are the winners.
When you open the box, you'll see there are 5 decks of cards. 4 of them are the gameplay cards, and the deck in the middle are the believer and character cards combined. The gameplay cards are in a specific order for gameplay, so it's important not to shuffle these. Take the deck marked Game 1 and place it in the center of the table.
If your Game 1 pack doesn't look like this, then you need to get your cards back into the correct order, so jump to our troubleshooting section at the end of the video. Now divide your players into 2 teams, Team Santa and Team Jesus. So if you had, say, 9 players, 5 players would be Team Santa and 4 players would be Team Jesus.
Now take the 16 character cards and 28 believer cards from the center of the box.
As you will see, the believer cards are double-sided. One side Jesus believers and the other side Santa believers. Give 14 believer cards to each team.
There are 8 character cards for each team. Hand these out now to the appropriate team and leave all 8 cards facing up for your team to see.
Each player must now select a character card to represent them in the game. Once every player has selected a character, keep the remaining character cards nearby.
Starting now, all players must call each other by their character name, not their real name. Call any player by their real name and your team must give 1 believer card to the rival team.
For example, if I selected the Virgin Mary character cards, all players must refer to me as the Virgin Mary. If a player calls me David at any point in the game, their team must give 1 believer card to their rival team.
This applies to all players, not just the players in your team. Now, take 60 seconds to learn all players' character names. You have been warned.
Ready the timer. Place 1 phone or stopwatch in the center of the table, ready to use.
Now you're ready to play. Each challenge normally consists of 3 cards, a story card, a challenge card, and then an answer card.
All the information you need is written on the cards, so just follow the instructions given.
When your team's logo is shown on the front of a card, a member of your team should pick that card up. Read all the information, front and back, out loud and follow the given instructions. Take turns within your team to be the card reader.
To speed things up, we've added icons on the reverse of the story cards. They show how many players are required for each challenge, the time limit, and how many believers they can win if successful.
These should be self-explanatory, but if you need help, look at the troubleshooting section in the instructions to see what each icon means.
To get you going, we'll do an example of the first few challenges in Santa vs. Jesus, just so you get the flow of the game.
So the first card has a Team Santa logo. So a member of Team Santa will pick up the card and read the short story out loud to Team Jesus, then turn the card over.
They will then continue to read the remaining information on the other side of the card out loud, and discover that 2 players from Team Jesus have 60 seconds to find the word God in a word search.
Once Team Jesus have selected which 2 players will compete in this challenge, they must take the next card in the pack, the challenge card, start the timer and look for God.
The game ends when those 2 players shout stop and point to God's location, or when they run out of time.
The answer card is then revealed, and if the 2 players from Team Jesus were correct, they can take 1 believer card from Team Santa. If they didn't find God or ran out of time, they win nothing. Always make sure cards go to the bottom of the pile after use.
Now you'll notice on the next card there is a Team Jesus logo. So 1 player from Team Jesus will pick up the card, read the short story out to Team Santa and the given instructions on the other side of the card.
Looking at the given icons, you know that all of Team Santa get to play the next game. They only have 60 seconds to get it right, and if they get it right, they can take 1 believer card from Team Jesus.
In this challenge, all of Team Santa must guess the punchlines to 3 awful Christmas jokes in just 60 seconds.
When Team Santa is ready, they must take the next card, turn it over, and start the timer.
Again, the game ends when Team Santa shouts stop and give their 3 answers, or they run out of time.
The answer card is then revealed, and if Team Santa guessed all 3 punchlines correctly, they can steal 1 believer card from Team Jesus. If incorrect, they win nothing.
We'll do 1 more game, then you should be good to go. On the next card, someone from Team Santa will read both sides of the card out loud. This is a versus challenge, so both teams are competing.
In this versus challenge, both teams must take the challenge card, read the information given, and select which of the characters from their character cards are the best suited for each task.
For this challenge, players will need to look at the character stats at the bottom of each character card. For example, They might be looking for the strongest or the smartest character.
When one of the teams think they have correctly selected the right characters for each task, they must shout stop and give their answer.
The answer card is then revealed, and if correct, that team can steal 2 believer cards from their rival team. If incorrect, they must give 2 believer cards to their rival team.
You should now be ready to play Santa vs. Jesus. And remember, if you run into trouble, all the information is on the cards. So just read it slowly and you'll be fine.
If you do have any further problems, drop us an email and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Card order. The cards should come in a specific order to ensure the correct gameplay. If you find that your cards are mixed up and in the wrong order, there's a simple way to fix it.
On the front of each card, you'll notice some small text on the bottom right hand side. It will give you the game number and the card number.
To put Game 1 back together in the correct order, simply find Game 1 card 1, then put Game 1 card 2 behind it, followed by 3, 4, all the way to Game 1 card 50.
After this, your pack should be in the correct order and you are ready to play.
Thanks for watching. If you have any other questions, just email us at dj@santaversusjesus.com.